Yeah. What's going on, good people? It's your boy B3, aka the Kush Motivational Speaker. You already know we're back at it again. And this time I have another person who I'm really juiced about for you guys to be introduced to. So hope you're ready for the flight, because I am.
It's so good, it's so good.
Yeah, what's going on, good people? And welcome back to Zero Gravity. Yes, and now, as I said before, I have somebody special in mind I want to introduce to you to. Now, get this. I have somebody here hailing from Vallejo, California, not only being a great entrepreneur, but he is also a canna entrepreneur. One of my favorites. So please give a warm round of applause for my guy Konner of TWIXXstixx.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for giving me your time, my man. I really appreciate it.
It's all good.
And of course, you know, I can't forget about my guys in the background, one of my very important people, JC, the sound ambassador. And not only that, we have somebody special back there with him as well. My boy Kent Soliday is out there being our guest engineer. How you holding up back there, man?
We're doing great.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for coming, Kent.
Oh yeah.
I was just going to say, I love that oh yeah. That oh yeah was dope.
Hey, we got our studio audience here. Of one.
of one, but we're doing great with this. well, ladies and gentlemen, I brought Konner here today because he was I've been hearing a lot of good things about him. And not only that, a friend of ours, AB, of course, you know, the one to make you good, looking good in here, was the one who suggested this wonderful gentleman with us today. So, straight up, my man, I have to ask, how did you even come up with the name Twixxstixx?
So that's actually a bittersweet story. So pretty much.
Oh, we like bittersweet here.
One of my best friends, right? His name is Josh Ramirez. Rest in peace. He's younger than me, and like he's like one of those like younger dudes that's like super legit, like be making crazy plays and stuff like that. And he's just very thinkative through his moves. Well, like he's also one of those people where like when my dad passed, he like was like, you know, always he helped me get through all that shit. Well, when I came out with Twixxstixx, you know, he was over here like, it's really all started in a truck drive being high. You know, like, honestly, bro, we drove, every time I'm with him, we're in a truck, a big ass dually, and we be driving wherever, just smoking, doing whatever.
Did you say a dually?
Yeah, he drives a dually.
A dually.
Yeah, like I'm in a big truck. It feels like I'm riding with some narcos, bro, because all my homies is like, you know, on that side are like Mexican and stuff, but like, they about the shit, you know, everything's glamorous and shit. You're like, wow, bro, you over here showing me stuff I never seen before.
The gold-plated AK-47?
Yeah, really though, like crazy stuff like that, bro. Like they're stupid wealthy people, you know. And you know, I love the grind of them. You know, they always be working. But pretty much, I've made the product, and you know, we just like running through names, you know. And we're in the truck coming into Oakland. And he's like, Twixxstixx. And I'm just like, you know, like kind of hit right when he said that because like, I'm like, holy fuck, you know, like we're naming all these like candies and stuff.
Exactly.
And we didn't know what to really name it. But then I'm like, bro, like you're a genius, like a Twix. Like think about it. Like you have the filling, you have the extract that could be the caramel, and then the outside, which, you know, when I started this, I'm a heavy backwood smoker or tobacco wrap smoker, whatever you call it, you know. And I had the backwoods going around it because I made like, I wanted it like a tobacco theme because that's what I did, you know, that's how I started it, you know. So the tobacco was chocolate and I was like, damn, like that, like you fit the picture of what the product is and it sounds tasty. When I tell somebody you want a Twixxstixx, they'd be like, what is that, you know? Plus it's a Thai stick, so you know, you incorporated the stick and the Twix, and now it's it's hit the ground running after that. Pretty much, it was easy after that, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I like, and it's so funny because that's one of my favorite candies on the period is a Twix. So that's why when he brought it to me, I was like, wait a minute. What is this? I was like, can I eat? Wait, no, wait. Oh, even better.
Hell yeah, it's something to smoke.
Bro, and then why the TWIXXstixx in general? What made you pick that? Like, what made you want to go with this style?
Okay, so every time I smoke, like, people know me. If you sit with me, usually, I'll be honest, I'm a heavy bong smoker. So, like, what I do is, like, I'll roll me a little piece of wood and with fresh weed, you know, and I stick in the bong and just snap them.
Try to,
you know, like little doobies,
right.
you know? And I smoke so much weed, you know? Like, I can just smoke weed and people be like, how the hell is this dude not high yet, you know? I'll smoke like a zip and a half and be, like, ready to smoke more, you know? So I was trying to, like, see, like, okay, well, how can I come up with something that's a little bit more budget schemed for somebody that can also, you know, get super high but will last, you know? Like, cause, you know, like every time I roll up a wood, we just smoke that wood. That was like a 3 gram wood and we just smoked it in like, you know, 15 minutes, you know?
Right.
So it's like, my bigs have an eighth and then that smokes for an hour. And they're like, over here like, well, okay, I understand it sounds like a pricey price tag up top, but if you think about what's actually in the product, you're kind of getting a bang for your buck. You know, you're kind of like, okay, well, he's giving me like over a gram of extract in a blunt, plus it's compressed it on a full eighth, you know, like, and it's not going to just burn like broken down weed, you know.
How long did you say?
So like for a big to the neck, it's anywhere from, I say like 50 minutes to an hour. I've never seen anybody like outsmoke that time limit to the neck with a big. And I've actually never had one person, well, actually I have, that's funny. I do this like little thing where I tell people like, okay, if you smoke a whole big Twixxstixx to the neck and you time lapse it, just you hitting it, you're not like moving from it, you know, you're just hitting it the whole time, I'll give you a free one. But I had a kid do it, right? And he sent me a video. He's like, but I threw up, and he sent me a story. You know, and I'm like, yeah, you know, you was pushing yourself. Yeah,
that's what you
But
get.
you know, I had to throw him some because he gave me the evidence of his throw up and whatever, and I was like, bro, you didn't need to send me all that. That's all good, you know. But
hey, that's cool. Hey, I respect that. I respect homie. He was like, hey, look, I'm going to get that free one.
yeah, pretty much, you know.
By any means necessary. So what if I get to see what I ate last night? That's all right.
Exactly.
I get this Twixxstixx. It was worth it. See, that's a good sales point right there.
You know?
Somebody pushed themselves that hard to get a free one of these.
Exactly.
Y'all better be prepared for this. Oh God. Now, with you coming out with something like this, that lets me know that you are a connoisseur yourself.
Oh, of course.
So we go dig a little bit. We go dig back. What would you say is your favorite strain? Now I know we've had a lot flow out.
Oh, I got a favorite strain and it's never changed. It's Jack.
Jack?
Straight Jack. Like if you can grow the first genetic of that and blow it up, you get the best yield, best potency, best high, and that's just outright my favorite weed. Over cookie, like I love cookies and stuff.
Cookies
but, like,
is cool, you know.
Cookies has changed. It's evolved to the point where all this weed nowadays is so cross that you're like, dude, I just want that original stuff that I was smoking on 5-6 years ago.
Exactly.
Hallelujah.
Yeah,
And like it's hard to get weed like that because so many people don't save those phenos. You know, they just keep progressing the phenos and forget that pheno was once its own entity itself. You know, but then they cross it and they can't get it back.
Man, you are talking about the shit that is my big problem in life right
Hey,
now.
bro,
really
I'm telling you, it's a big problem in the world. It's not your life; it's the world.
I can't seem to get high like the way I used to.
Exactly.
it's like now, and you can't finding original stuff is hard.
Oh, really?
It really is. Like, I'm a Granddaddy Purple and Bubba. Yeah, see,
Family's favorite weeds
see,
right there.
Granddaddy Purple or Bubba Kush, like the original, like just them by themselves. Now you'll probably find something and it doesn't taste as good, or you'll find something that has something in it, like it has a cross, of Granddaddy Purple in it. It has a cross of Bubba Kush in it.
But
Like
it's
you
not
said,
itself,
it's not
you know?
itself. Been crossed the hell out of you to death.
Exactly, you know, and people gotta save those ritual. Those are like the first strains, like Jack too. Like that's like one of the base strains. You know, it's like an OG. You know, like that's what people cross with to create something. So you want to keep that as so you can still create. You know,
Like give it some life. It's like
100%, dude. You know,
like what about do you remember Alaskan Thunderfuck?
I heard of I've definitely smoked Thunderfuck, but I've never heard Alaskan Thunderfuck.
See, that's another old ass. That's another old ass one too. But those that was the random ass, the most
Like
random one.
the green train wreck or green crack.
Green crack. See, we talked about that, didn't we, Jay?
Or like green ribbon. A lot of people.
Green ribbon.
That was
I
big
had
out
the
here in
green
Vallejo.
ribbon.
I know
Yeah.
a lot of people that grew that weed. So.
Like cat piss.
Yep.
It's like
But see, like even with cookies, like in Vallejo, like 4 years ago, I had a homie and he grew the best fucking cookies I've ever smoked, and it was like original Girl Scouts, but it's not like how all the cookies you smell now, where it kind of smells sweet or whatever. This smelled like straight skunk. Like that real dank, skunky smell that you're like, you could smell it from somebody smoking down the block type vibe, like that's what I'd be looking for now. And, it's so hard to find it, I haven't came across it. I have a whole bunch of homies like, oh, I got that cookie you're looking for. I'm like, that's not it.
No, it's not.
It's beautiful, but it ain't it. That's not what I'm looking for.
It's pretty, but it does not stink nor do what it's supposed to.
Pretty much.
Like that lets you know you when your level is that high to the point where you're now like, okay, that's good, but the taste, I need the taste there. I need to make sure the high is there.
Pretty much.
And or a question, have you noticed that a lot of things now are testing like just the weed by itself now is like 35%, 40%. And then when you get it,
it's like, okay.
Sure.
Well, I mean, but that's another big issue too, is the cannabis industry. That's a huge issue. I know it's like a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because like myself, I have tons of weed, right?
Right.
And people be like, why do you go to the club? Well, I like to just try different shit. I like smoking weed, so I want to go pick something that I might not have, But the issue with that is like I'll go to Stizzy, right?
Right.
Benicia has a Stizzy. They literally have weed in there that's been packaged for 6-7 months, or weed when I first opened, I still see it in the case. And I'm like, bro, like, you guys are still charging like $60-$70 an eighth for this crap? And it's like old. It's old weed, it's cultivated and you picked it over a year ago now, and it's just been sitting on your shelves because it hasn't sold, So it's like, you get a lot of those products that are, they might have been tested high and they really were good at that point when they were like almost fresh, But then after it sits for so long, it seems like it curates it, but it's in a bag, so it's really,
because some of that stuff, I've worked in dispensary couple. You're right. Sometimes a little sun damage here and there. And then still need that $60.
Yeah.
So what if it's a little dusty?
Yeah, it gets it's dry as hell, bro. My whole weed disappeared once I touched the nug.
Me and my wife was talking about that once before the baby. You start breaking something down before you know it, that was all the weed.
Exactly.
Like, wait.
Man, I feel like what we're talking about is, so some people, assuming we had viewers that weren't from California, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is all strange business to them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because this is all an effect of the legalization 2 years later, right?
100%.
2 or 3 years, maybe.
And that was before. I forget what the prop number was, but we were actually able to. We had little lounges and things of that nature to be able to. What was that? Greenwell when we had it out here.
Yep.
So that was the best spot. That was pretty much where you could actually sit in there, test it out, mingle with other like-minded individuals, and they took that away from us. And I feel like they took that away from us just to kind of monopolize a little bit.
Yeah, it's all about money. Everything is about money. Everything in the world is about money. If it wasn't about money, we would be all peaceful people and there would be no wars and all that stuff. Everything is about money.
You ain't never lied.
It's all about money, bro. That's everybody's number one route to every evil, bro. And good,
Yeah,
That's why I do what I do, is because I want money. I go to work
Yeah.
because I want money.
Hey, we'd be an entrepreneur if we weren't trying to get some money in here. You feel me? We gotta get paid.
You know?
So, and now with that being said, out of all, out of the products that you sell, what would you say is your favorite by far? I know most of these business owners will be like, all of them, but I know there's actually one probably you say, or even some that you don't even have online yet, something that,
Well, for
kind of
instance,
floats your little bit more.
okay, so obviously I love the TWIXXstixx, right?
Right,
You know,
right.
and I give you a smaller version and a bigger version, and I
right.
love that I can do that. But I do love that
Beautiful.
I also sell weed.
Yes.
But one thing that kind of I'm like really niched with is like I like clothes. So like I'm very like fashionable, not in a sense where like, oh, I'm that dude that like AB. AB will go spend $20,000 on a Birkin, and I'll be like looking at him like, bro, I'm gonna go buy a house. Like, what the fuck, But that's just people's persona.
Yeah,
I'm more
that's how they
like,
do,
I just
yeah.
like to look
That's
clean.
his style.
And
Yeah.
like I buy some expensive stuff here and there to treat myself, but I'm not a splurger like that on
Right.
clothes.
It's more of it's kind of like a once in a while type thing.
But
or special.
I love to splurge on stuff I make that's mine. So like if it's mine, I'm rocking my own clothes at that point. So I feel like it's more like valued in a sense, And when I see other people wearing my clothes, like I got some homies that I be seeing them every single time I see them, they're wearing one of my hoodies. And I'm like, dude, you need to change it up, bro. Like, every time I see you got that hoodie on, Like, you need to wash that, bro. Like, come on now.
So that means your hoodies are too expensive, man.
Well, no, they're not even. Like for instance, like I try to be.
Who's wearing them all the time? What's up, Tuck?
What's up, dude? How are you? But I mean, I try to be affordable with people because, like for instance, I did a Christmas hoodie, right?
Mm-hmm.
I sold it for what I made it for, so I didn't make no money. It was just more off of I just want people to wear my hoodies, and if they wanted a hoodie, they'll come buy it for what I made it for, in which I sold them all out, and that people like that because like I'm being real with people. I'm not over here to really make money. I'm over here to build my brand, and a lot of business owners mistake that me building my brand has to be, every single thing about my brand has to be about making money. Yes, in the sense of whole picture, yeah. But there's some stuff in the business that you need to know how to sacrifice to be able to have that support background of your brand, or else nobody else is going to want to push it for you, So you got to like make people. That's why I come in with gifts and always trying to give people stuff, because that's how you get them, You got to
Exactly.
give them stuff, bro. They're not going to mess with you.
Gotta
if you
show the
ain't
vision.
cool.
This is the vision. Don't you
Pretty
understand?
much.
This is my vision right here, and it's just gonna get bigger with this.
Hell yeah.
That's all it's gonna do is get bigger with this. So, now, with you starting your own brand, with you just becoming an entrepreneur in general, there's always things you kind of wish you knew before you started. So, my question for you is there, what's one thing you wish you knew before you started your brand?
That's something I wish I knew about my type of brand in particular is the promotional side of things. Like I wish I understood that side of things a little bit better because like for instance in the cannabis world, like you guys got a podcast, right? It's easy to promote a podcast. You're not going to get shadow banned from people or Instagram or all the social medias and stuff because you're promoting something that federally might not be legal all the way, but it's legal in your area, but they still from the social site they discard you, and that's not cool, but it's something you got to work around. And I know that if I knew how to navigate that part a little bit better before coming into it, for instance, my Instagram following, that's one thing I'm always working on. I don't have 1,000 and something followers, but it's also due to the fact of the type of content that I have to post or what I have posting, and like that holds me back from building a big following, because I can't go on there like how some people have their business Instagram and they're like, okay, I'm going to pay to promote mine on Instagram and have it go with the algorithm.
Right.
Well, I can't do that. Every time I do that, I get declined, even if I post a hoodie. So like I can take a video of our shop in Vallejo, come around, do all the shoes and stuff, and then try to promote it. But just because it's under my page and they know I have weak content on my page, they don't want to advertise it. So that's where it's like, that's a difficult part about this. You know,
Yeah.
it's hard about that part. You know,
Promotion can be difficult.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to do something like this. Because they're making who knows how much off just doing this in general. And so they rely on other ways like influencers and stuff like that. Now, those are the ones who don't get shadow banned just because they do a lot of random shit.
Exactly.
And then they throw that in there, and then they do other stuff. So, but yeah, it's a pain. Because I had a friend who was he had a brand too, trying to start his thing, and he pretty much shut down because he couldn't get his name. Yeah, couldn't get his name off. He's like, I'm sitting on weed, and then by the time you try to get it off, it done molded, or either it's dry, or you're like, I can't let this go bad. I was like, I gotta get it off. Got to do our other methods to get it off. But
Exactly.
but you feel me? But yeah, it is a difficult ride through that hype. But but you'll survive though. I feel like
100%.
there's always a way.
If I'm here, I'm gonna survive. That's for sure.
That's what the hell I'm talking about. If there's a will, there's a way, baby.
Hey.
If there's a will, there's a way.
I'm the man who can and the kid who did.
Give me some.
Hey,
that.
I gotta jump in here. Tell me more about your shop in Vallejo, because we're in Vallejo. Zero Gravity resides in Vallejo, so let's hear it. Where's it at?
So we're over here on Springs Road. It's literally 5 minutes from here.
Yeah.
When I was over there before I came here, I'm like, I'm gonna be here for a minute, so I'm gonna just sit down and chill for a bit. But it's a place where AB, I'll give him more credit on the shop side than me. He is the name and owner of the shop. I'm just his like partner within the shop. I'm the only one with a key to the shop.
Gotcha.
So like, and I run my stuff out of the shop, and whatever it takes to make the shop win in any means, I'm always there by his side. So that's pretty much why we got the shop in Vallejo. It's more so he could sell. He has clothing for resale. He got the shoes. He got his grills. He wants a storefront for people to actually come and look professional for the grills and stuff like that. Me, I can't technically be in a cannabis club because how I want to sell my product. Because I want to involve the tobacco. And you can't do that in a club and stuff like that. So the storefront gave me a chance to be like, okay, well, I have a mini storefront to be able to push my Twixxstixx. I have all of my merch here so people can come and shop for hats, backpacks, hoodies, shirts. I got all types. I had cup holsters, I had beer cups, I had all types of knickknacks and anything you can possibly imagine. I had visors, gloves, beanies, and it gave me a good spot to be like, okay, well, I can set up shop here, and also like when I go to work and stuff, because I still do 2 jobs. I work a day job and do my side hustle, and AB will be at the shop, so he can also sell my stuff when I'm not there. So I'm like double winning, so it was just like a no-brainer to kind of be in the shop with him and, fully support it,
So, with you being now, how does it feel, just all general, how does it feel just knowing that you have your own brand? Like, some people don't, some people forget, to say that, I actually own this. Yeah, how does it feel?
I mean, I think that's the best part about this stuff is like, working in the work world, yeah, you make money for working to build somebody else's dream. When I create a brand or anybody creates a brand that's their brand, it's almost like they are trying to fulfill their dream to a certain extent until it pops, So it's like, I think it's like the greatest feeling in the world, especially when like even my mom, she'll go over there and be like, oh, my son got this brand and stuff. And I got all these older people copping weed and stuff off me. And I'm like, what's going on here? But, it's all about, people want to support when they see that you're trying to do something for yourself and you're all into it, When they see you half-ass stuff and it's your brand, people aren't going to want to see you win, So
Exactly.
that's pretty much it, really.
No, I respect that.
So,
I truly respect that.
hell yeah.
So, we always got the shit talkers out there. We always got people talking mess about our profession,
Haters
about what
gonna
we do.
hate, man.
Haters gonna hate,
And
right?
Haters gonna hate and haters gonna ain't.
I like that because it's always like that. So, there's always some nonsense that's going around. So I just want to ask you, is there one thing about, like, pretty much one myth about your profession that you would like to debunk?
My profession, as in like
Like
what
just
I do in this cannabis
this
industry,
right
or
here. Just brand in general
of my brand.
of
in
your
general.
brand.
Okay. Well, of my brand, one thing I would like to debunk a myth.
Yeah, because you know there's
It's not
always
worth
some-
your buck, because it is 100%. You know, like, you'll have some people, you know, that never try it and be like, oh no, I'm not gonna try that. That's way too much money for that. Why would I spend $100 on that? But then they smoke it, then they change their whole mind. You know, so it's really like, it's the look, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to debunk people thinking it's expensive, when in reality it's not, for what the time length you get. But that's only very few people, honestly. So that's why I could say, like, I haven't had too many bad critics really yet, you know. And I'm waiting for them, you know. I've had one person tell me like, oh, like, that wasn't worth my $100, you know. And then I was like, well, like, you know, because he told me, he was like, it didn't smoke for an hour, like you said. I was like, well, you know, I said how long did you smoke it with and how many people, you know? Because I said it was an hour for yourself. He's like, oh, I smoked it with like 7 people. I was like, well, no clue. Like, that's why, you know? Like, he's like, it was false promotion. I was like, nah, dude, it's just you weren't listening. Dude. You were probably high when you got it, you know?
He was just too busy like, oh, shit, let me just that's
Pretty
all it
much,
was.
you know?
Just juice. Yeah,
So the
that's all it was.
problem is they got so high that they forgot what the ground rules were.
100%.
Is that right?
100%.
Pretty much.
I was going to ask you guys, you want to, I don't know.
Oh, by all
You guys
means,
wanna
sir.
smoke
Heck
one?
yeah, like tell us what do we have here out of these two?
So there's 2 different extracts and 2 different wraps on these. So, and they're 2 different Twixxstixx. So pretty much you are holding the mini, and it's wrapped with a paper, and it has Shatter. Now this one is big, and it's wrapped in a wood, and it has Rosin. And there's obviously a extreme flavor content difference in between both Rosin and Shatter, you know? So have you ever smoked a baby Jeter?
Yes.
So you know how they like blueberries taste like blueberry dum-dums, you know, and stuff like that?
Those flavor profiles.
That's what I'm going for, you know? So that it's just, oh my God, this is so like, I just want to hit this, you know?
Hey,
So-
those cheaters can't sneak up on you.
100%.
Also, if you guys are ever bored, make sure to check out my pre-roll review. I actually did something with baby Jeters. But these will be next though. Just letting y'all be known. I'm smoking one with him now, but when I do that actual review, and I'm go do the whole one, oh yeah, y'all go watch. I
You're
think
gonna smoke that shit for an hour, and then you're gonna call them up and tell them it didn't work.
hey, I'm not gonna be forcing myself. I'm not gonna be throwing up. I just want to let that be
Don't
known
force it,
now.
bro.
I'm just
Enjoy
gonna be
it. That's
chilling.
the point.
This
You
is a
can't
chill
share it
method.
with Mario,
Right.
your
Yeah,
camera
right.
guy. No,
Well, what's up? We can smoke this
Oh
one
yeah,
right
by
here.
all means. And which one would you say has the one we're getting, is that the one with the better flavor profile?
Yes, I push the Rosin 100% over Shatter. Now Shatter, I do like, I'll smoke the Shatter one. That's not me hating on my product. It's me just stating the simple fact that, you know, there's those heavy weed smokers that can just smoke and smoke. They might not mind the Shatter over Rosin preference, you know.
Right.
But Rosin is extremely expensive compared to Shatter, you know. Like for instance, $10,000 for a pound, whereas you can buy a pound of Shatter for maybe, like, if you know the people, like $200, you know. So like it's like, you know, it's like,
The dramatic.
yeah, you know, you gotta use $200 to $600. I'll give you a range for the Shatter.
Right.
But
oh man, I need to meet those people.
that's all about building relationships, bro. You just gotta start getting out there and talking, bro.
Oh my goodness.
So
Oh,
let's smoke the.
Oh,
let's
yeah,
smoke
by
the
all
Rosin,
means.
'cause-
I'm all juiced for this. Yeah, baby.
and mind you not, I do want to say this, like, majority, you know, I do my stick making myself. These are all handcrafted, but majority of these are all perfected by my cousin Aaron McKay,
Aaron
and
McKay.
Johnny Chanel. They do the wrapping, and everything is sealed, you know, professionally. It's sealed with honey and water. It's not sealed with spit, you know, because people are like, oh, you roll them, like,
Right.
you know. No, it's like, you know, and we wear gloves, you know, everything's legit until you get it, you know. So, you know, and that's my team, you know, like, it's really us 3 with Twixxstixx. They're just more of they're a lot behind the scenes, you know.
I feel that.
and I'm just upfront with it, you know.
See.
Different characters and personalities, you know. So
Oh no, you're the spokesman. You're the spokesman and the worker in the front, man.
Pretty
And then you got
much.
the people, and of course you got your manufacturer, and you got your production team. So heck yeah, this is how it works. That's how that's how you build a freaking business. It's a team. It's not always just one person. It's it's one or two people with the idea, but the whole working process
that's just yeah.
is usually at least 5, 6 people.
But
you
that's
know.
why I always say you need a team, man.
You need a team.
You need a team. You wouldn't have this podcast if it wasn't for your mans
I
in the
wouldn't have
back,
it for my
right?
team. So that's
All
it.
right, so it looks like you're about to fly a kite. Can you explain this?
Oh yes, please explain what's going on.
Sorry,
Yes,
I'm over here getting carried away.
See, he was
worries.
juiced.
No,
Hey,
this is great.
we're no complaint.
Explain it.
So pretty much is okay. So right here, I have hemp wick, and the hemp wick is wrapped around the whole object after it's like compressed and rolled and whatnot. And the hemp wick also helps, like, you know, because I use tobacco. It helps it from like tobacco like drying out super bad and being all like flaky and stuff when you get it, you know. So it kind of helps with the curing process,
Oh.
you know. And you know, because if you look at the original Thai stick, they'll kind of do it and wrap it like randomly. It's not like we're trying to do it like all the way down super neat, you know. So I think it helps out a lot more than like how the original people were doing it, you know, just a little change up. So you pretty much you just unravel all the hemp wick gently, you know. I've had some people that just yank it off.
See, please don't damage
Why
it.
you want to even ruin it before you
Don't
smoke
damage
dude?
it, please, y'all. Be gentle with it.
Could go easy on my $100 joint.
That's what I'm saying. Really,
Exactly.
I spent $100 on
You
it.
spent
I was like, good
Turn a
lord.
social smoker into an anti-social smoker.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
I smoked a big at a Halloween party, and there was a good 300 something people. I had that shit going. One went all the way around and came back to me like 3 times. I was like, oh, hell no, I ain't hitting it no more. How many mouths is
Oh
that?
my God.
You know? But I was like, Jesus. So pretty much, you know, you take off the hemp wick, and then you got the stick in the middle. So, you know, I always tell people it's going to be tight for surely because of how I compress it. So you just want to pick a side and kind of wiggle it. You know, it might be hard. Sometimes I push it on the table a little bit, start it,
Ooh.
you know. And then
Yeah, I'm glad you're giving us this demo because I wouldn't know what to do. I probably would. I'd break it or something.
And just, you know, hold it firm. Try not to squeeze too hard, even though it's solid, you know.
Do you have like a how-to video online?
We might have to
No,
get.
I didn't do a how-to video
Let's
yet.
help you make one.
Yeah.
It's all good. We could
We
do
sure
that.
could.
We could do that.
Yeah,
So
make
good.
an official one.
So this is a full eighth. I know it don't look like it. It's full eighth of weed, and
shit.
it has more than 1.5 grams of rosin on it. So it's just compressed, you know.
So, question. Which way do we light it? Does it matter?
It does not matter.
How much
So
is 1.5 grams of rosin on this market currently?
shoot, man, it's expensive. Maybe like 40, 50 bucks.
Okay, because I was thinking like an eighth. You know, you're looking at 40 something to 55.
Well, I mean, like, here, let me break it down for you.
Oh.
I like getting into the details. You know.
I mean, like, I'll be honest. I just bought a 1/2 pound of rosin, right? It was like 5 grand, right? And that's like, I'm getting plugged, you know? Like, that's not like,
That's actually a deal.
you know, like, I'm getting a good deal.
You're
It's
getting the
better
hookup.
than what other people are offering, you know? So, you know, 5,000 divided by 8, you know, 8 ounces
Right.
and a half. That's 625 an ounce. So divide that by 28, that's like, yeah, $22 a gram, roughly, you know?
Good lord.
So, like, that's me on the I'm getting it at a wholesale price, you know? That's 22 on the wholesale side.
Right,
you know,
right.
these motherfuckers be jacking that shit up 75% from that. Be like, you know, $60, $70 a gram, you know? You can go to the club and get some crumble, especially the stuff I'm buying. Like, it's crazy. I bought some garlic cookie stuff.
Ooh.
And it smells disgusting like garlic cookies, but
Yep.
it's some potent shit.
It's some
you
potent
know,
shit.
Like,
Yeah.
that shit's some dope.
That's why people forget. People always think GMO is. They always think it's some random shit, but it's really garlic, mushroom, and onion.
Yep.
Yeah. They always think it's some
didn't know that.
genetically modified organism. That's what we all know it's for,
GMO,
right?
yeah.
But then when you go to the weed shop and then you'd be like, hey,
Smell it.
you smell it, you're like, ugh, why does it stink like
Yeah.
that? It's real. Now that's a.
But that's usually some of the best dank, you know? Like that
is.
stanky stuff. You're like, what the fuck is
I
that?
haven't heard that
like
term in a long
musty.
time.
Danky, yes. When that shit smells musty, you know there's something going on. You might as well not plan the rest of your day.
Really? Though.
Just chill, get ready to watch a marathon or something on Netflix. Enjoy.
I'm gonna steal these scissors real quick.
By all means, and
You know, just make sure that before you start smoking this, that you have his number programmed in your phone so you can call and complain.
Yeah, don't forget about that. The complaint.
like that's how you know it's real right there.
Otherwise, you know, you don't want to throw that wrapper away and then not get high. 'Cause
Oh, and not only that, is that a wooden tip?
Yep, so all of my products come with a mouthpiece to put on top of it because TWIXXx naturally, I have to explain this all the time. So TWIXXx naturally will burn hot due to the fact that there's a hole in it. So people will put like it on the edge of their mouth like and like barely hit it and they're like, oh, my lip burned, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it burned. You know, like I have to explain that because it's like, it's not like a blunt where it's like you got all this weed
Clogging the air. pretty
airflow,
much,
you know, and it's like filtering it through the weed, so you don't really get too much of that heat, you know. But with this, you're getting straight cherry heat, you know, coming down the whole hole down the middle, you know. So it burns a little bit hotter. So I wanted to put a mouthpiece so that you know it would contrast with that too.
Gotcha.
Now also, it's a experiment thing, you know. So like for instance, the Shatter and the Rosin, I prefer the Rosin because it doesn't burn as hot as Shatter. You know, you need more heat to burn off the Shatter per se, you know, compared to
Gotcha.
the Rosin. So that's going to burn at a higher temp, you know, so it's going to be hot, you know. So that's why I try to put the mouthpiece on there.
Okay, wait. Let me see. Make sure I'm paying attention. You said that rosin is burning at a lower temperature than the shatter. Is that right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, because usually like I'm sorry, I'm stumbling.
It's all right.
Shatter is usually like dabbed, or like they'll put a little bit of shatter crumbles
On
in
the
their
weed, yeah.
and stuff, you know, but they don't usually wrap. Like this man's getting a whole man. Like if I took out the weed and stuff, you're having a whole shatter around the whole thing. You can't even see the weed, you know. So
Ooh.
it's like you got a lot of content on there, you know. So
There's some fire.
I put the mouthpiece on and I just pick a side, whatever side, and if it slides right on that, but
Like, bro, this is pretty much a cigar.
Really?
Yeah, that's a cigar. That's what I was
yeah,
like.
you
That's
can hold it, feel it. It's hard as a rock, you know.
Damn. It is. It's pretty. Yeah.
Brandon likes it hard. We figured that out.
Pause. Pause.
You over here.
Pause on
I get to
that.
do that because I got the buttons, man.
So,
That's part of my job.
oh boy, this is going to be outrageous. This is nice. And let's not forget, Fatty is on here. I like that.
Hell yeah.
This is
It's always
clean.
gonna be a fatty.
So you got a lot of raw materials in here. That's what I'm hearing. We got wood. You got shatter. This is the shatter one, or is this the rosin one?
This is the rosin.
This is the
one.
rosin.
This is the one that
That's
if
gonna
I
have a
don't sell out
profile.
quick, you gonna be happy as hell that you got one of these ones. That's for sure.
Here we go.
Yep.
So,
Can I
Here
get
we
a-
go.
so I always tell.
Here, check it out. We got a
Right.
voiceover about this.
And here we go.
So I always tell people, you know, it has a hole down the middle. So don't, you know, people naturally hit.
Start hitting it. to
Light
Start the
same
heat.
time.
Mhm.
So you want to light it, kind of get it cherried a little bit before you hit it, so you're not sucking the flame all the way down the hole to burn your mouth or throat. I did it my first time ever smoking one. I learned that lesson. Don't do it. Do it, bro. Do not do it.
Don't
Not
do
worth
it. Straight up. You heard it came from the owner. It came from the owner himself. Don't do it. And now you heard. Now, like we said. Now he said when smoking it by yourself, it could be about 50 minutes to an hour, right? Now smoking it with others. Now there's a couple bodies in here. So smoking it with others, it should be about maybe. What would you think? Well, we got
I'll
about,
say, bro, 45 minutes, bro.
45 minutes.
Like, dude, like, in all reality, it's really how you smoke it. You know, like, you want to hit
think
this?
hard.
Yeah, I was gonna say, come on, my audio team.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm in. I'm
audio
down.
team. You got to test the
taste
you
it.
got to test the guest product.
Give me
man.
some criticism.
course.
Give me
Yeah.
some criticism.
You'll see. Yeah, y'all got to
all good.
figure out what's going on back there.
I
You're gonna
take
come back and say, this just doesn't hit hard enough, my friend.
I take criticism
He said no one.
by all means from anybody. You know, like when I hear like other people like, oh, this could be better, maybe. You know, like I think maybe this. I never be like, oh, shut up. No, I don't want to hear that. You know, I'd be like, okay, like I could take that into consideration of why you would think that. You know, and I'll work on that. You know, and see. I'll think deeper about why they said that. You know, because if that person thinks it, maybe another person thinks it, you know? So you never really know. I'm always trying to freaking be better, you know?
I got to say, that was a really smooth,
Yeah.
nice tasting.
Isn't it
pull.
though? I was thinking the same thing.
That's that Rosin. Now, see, if you hit the Shatter, you guys are going to taste it and you're going to be like, okay, I definitely taste the difference here. You know, there's going to be a difference in taste. Now, even there's a difference between just the joint and the wood.
How would you describe the difference? Can you describe the difference in taste from the rosin to the shatter?
The Rosin is so much more like terpified compared to Shatter. You know, like Shatter, you can kind of always test it's a little extracty. You know, you can always taste that little extractness to it. Whereas in Rosin, that's so smooth. You know, like that's why I know AB gave you one, so I didn't know which one he gave you. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just bring the Rosin because I know if at least they might not have this one. You know.
Hey, I got to ask you something because it seems like you're pretty knowledgeable about this stuff.
Man.
I've kind of gotten the impression from doing dabs over the past few years that it seems like did the terps burn off first? Are they a low temp
Yes.
thing? So it's like if you're burning hot, you're not going to get those terps.
Yeah, 100%. That's why, like, usually when you take a hot dab, that shit tastes like disgusting, and
Right.
you be coughing hella hard and shit.
And it doesn't hit you the same, right?
No,
Yeah.
well, I mean, honestly, those hot dabs, bro. Any dabs for me, I'm not a dabber. That's why, like, I smoke these extracts. People are like, oh, you don't dab? Nah, dude, I smoke with my weed, dude.
Oh my God, me trying to survive with him. No. I was like, we've had dabs. Like, that's the thing. I could smoke, I will give him multiple joints and blunts, but then the minute he gives me like 2-3 dabs, I'm like,
Yeah, see, we could like change it up, make you do dabs all night long, and I have to smoke all night long. That's how you get us out of sorts.
No.
I would not be able to walk.
I wouldn't even
Yeah,
do it.
that's what I told him before.
I in high school, I took a half-gram dab, my first dab ever, dab. And I went into the backyard, bro. Everybody was in the house. I started throwing up.
I was gonna say.
Oh,
And then I sat down and I tried to open my eyes, but everything's black. I can't see.
Oh, God.
You know? And then, like, after a minute, I'm just over there like, what the fuck's going on, you know? I got my vision back. I can't speak. And mind you not, this is like a school night. I'm in high school, you know? This is school night. I gotta go to school and shit, you know? The next day, it's getting to be late. Well, my buddy Omar took me to the house and we were smoking that, you know? Omar Husam. he moved away. He ain't over here no more. He's over in LA. But pretty much I got my vision back. Everybody was cartoons, bro. I was tripping. Everybody was a cartoon, and I was over there like, oh, hell no. I was hearing my mom's voice, my dog's voice, my brother walking around the house, and I wasn't even at home. You know, I was like,
boy.
what the fuck is going on? You know, hella shit. So
Damn.
after that, I'll smoke extracts, you know, I'll hit the pens and whatever, but I'm not let me take a dab. I'm more, give me a doobie. They call me Dubini for a reason, you know, like, I make doobies disappear. You know?
I like that. Wait, say it again.
I make doobies disappear.
Yes.
Bro, people, it's funny because, like, you leave doobies in the ashtray like this is precious. I was just at my buddy's house for a party last night. Everybody throws their doobs in my tray because they know I'm finna go pick it out the ashtrays after I leave, you know, because I'm smoking that shit. You guys wasting that, you know, like,
Brother.
so, no, that's what I
Brother from
do.
another mother. That's exactly what I do. I'll sit there. Y'all just go leave. Y'all don't want it? No? Thank you. Five doobies makes one blunt.
And my brother used to get hella mad because I'll go to his house and smoke before I go to school. And he would smoke the night before. He'd go to work way earlier, you know.
Right.
and I would go steal all his doobies out of that shit. So that's really where I got the name Dubini, because you fucking Dubini, bro. Every time I come home to smoke after work, all my shit's gone. I'm like, what the fuck? I left half a wood in the tray and it was gone.
Hey, yeah, we go, that need to be on, we gonna have to put that on a shirt, bro. Dubini, yeah, that's clean.
Dubini.
Dubini,
The weed bandit.
I make doobies disappear. Yeah, that's clean. I like that. So, with all this love, my man, you know, when we get down to it, like being an entrepreneur, we always, you know, we may fall on our ass every once in a while.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes we consider, and I wouldn't say it would be a failure, but to us, it feels like a failure. Maybe not to anybody else on the outside looking in. But we get stronger from it. Mm-hmm. So, can you tell me about a time where you felt, you know, like a failure? You felt like you failed for one time, but then you learned something from it.
Okay, you gotta specify. Are we talking about Twixxstixx and me failing and something involving that, or just me itself?
Just you yourself.
Okay, me myself. Mm-hmm. I mean, shit, dude. Okay, we'll go into current life right now. I'm always open with life, whatever.
All right.
So I'm going through hard shit right now, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't know what it is about being an entrepreneur or something, having a brain like that, but like every job I've had, I always lose. Some way, shape, or form. And it's not due to my lack of work, because my work is good, you know, and I got people that will back that up and testify. And it's not, you know, I'm never late, you know, I'm always on time for shit, you know. It's just people around me, you know, other personalities that don't quite get along with
like
me,
mesh, right.
You know. So, like, for instance, right now, before I came here, you know, I was all pumped this morning. I'm like, oh, yeah, babe, I'm going to this podcast and stuff. You know, my boys are waiting for me after this to go hoop and stuff.
Right.
And I get a call from my boss because we got into an argument on Friday. Well, he's over here trying to tell me, like, oh, I'm going to sit on it, see if you still got a job or not, basically.
Type
you know?
Shit, right.
And I'm like, bro, I've had one argument with you. Like, one, and not even, like, no crazy, like, da-da-da-da, like, physical, like it was an argument on the phone, you know, and then now you're over here trying to threaten my job security, you know, so like it's like every single job I've had, I fucking lose. And it's not that I'm like bad at work, I'm excellent, but it's just like I come to think about it, like it makes you think about yourself, like fuck, what am I doing wrong over here? Like, is it my character? I try to be the best character that I am, you know, like and please everybody, but then like at the end of the day I look at it and be like, I'm fucking failing at working for other people, you know? And I'm really good at working for myself, you know?
Exactly.
Like, again, in all reality, like, I make great money at work, but I make more money doing this stuff than I do at work. And it's sad to say that I make more money on my side shit, and I don't even spend 8 hours a day on my side stuff compared to at work, you know? And I'm fucking over here balling on that shit, and what the fuck am I doing?
Maybe it's a blessing, right?
Well, that's what I say. I was like, maybe it's like God in disguise telling me, like, fuck you, just keep doing your shit, bro. Stop worrying about everything. But I need medical, yo. I'm a smart motherfucker. I ain't paying no Medi-Cal shit. No,
Them bennies, man. Them bennies.
Yeah, and right now where I'm at, they pay for it. I got a company vehicle. I don't pay for gas during the week. You know, I'm saving. Trying to buy a house soon, so.
Well, you know, there's something that there's a reason for that. Well, you know, the reason why people like us, we don't do well working for other people because we're not supposed to.
Exactly, you know.
And you know, being an entrepreneur, not everybody can do that. Not everybody. It takes a certain mental in order to do that type of thing. Because some people, the minute they say, "Oh yeah, I want to be an entrepreneur," first time they make a mistake, first time they fail, they're done.
Yeah.
And you know, that's not how entrepreneurship is. You get hit
all the time.
You better
left,
keep
right hook,
going.
Right hook, uppercut, you get socked all the time, bro.
All the time. You better have a hard chin.
Exactly.
And, you know, that's like this is what we do here.
And see, I think that's where I think I slightly fail in the work world is because it's like I know I'm successful, you know? And I know that I do this other stuff that I already know I'm already better at than this stuff. But it's when other people talk to you and they think that that's all you have. So then you're over here, like, you get in your entrepreneur mindset, you're like, dude, like, I don't really need to, but you're not going to ever tell that person that, you know? Like,
exactly.
Because of the position you're in, you know? But I don't know, bro. And I've been learning, like, to myself, just keep doing more stuff by yourself, you know, like pushing towards your dream, basically, bro.
Exactly.
That's all I think about every day is my dream. What am I gonna do today? I was always bred. I wake up every day at 3:30, you know, and that's early. But it's my schedule, you know.
That's
I
how you
wake up
keep
at-
that. You got it ready. This is
Yeah,
what you do now.
I'd be back home by 12:30, 1 o'clock, you know, and then I go do this shit, you know. So it's like I got enough time in the day to do that stuff, but it's like I'm failing working for other people, and it's like coming to more realization, especially today, because that shit killed my mood before I came here today, because I was like, man, this is some bullshit. Every time I'm like, bro, every time I'm talking to AB at the shop, I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck is it, bro? He's like, what it is you stupid and you ain't been doing this shit by yourself for a long time. I'm like, bro, like, fuck you, dude. You know, like, I'm over here working, bro. You know, like, I like, what a lot of people don't know is it takes 7 incomes to be a millionaire, and I got 3. So, like, that's why I work. That's an income, bro.
Exactly.
You don't understand. That's why I work. It's
That's
another
what you
stream
do
of
it
income
for.
when I can be, when y'all asleep until, like, because a lot of entrepreneurs that I know, they're lazy. But they're smart, but they're lazy. They'll sleep until like 12:30, 1 o'clock. I'll be done with work and already made my other bankroll before I come and start working on myself.
I wish
you
I
know?
could sleep. That's a part. That's the next day is when you don't have to work. When you get to sleep in like that, I'm kind of like I wake up. See, and 3 is early. See me, I wake up at 5. See that
5 is early too for people.
so-
People don't do that. But that's why I'm like over here like, fuck, it's a slow struggle, dude. You gotta figure it out. But I'm like to the point where I don't even stress off shit. That dude told me that shit on the phone today, and I'm like, okay, well, it's just a job, bro. It's like I got money stacked up. I'm gonna be fine if I lose the job, but on to the next one, I guess,
Hey,
Until I finally put myself out there and like just fully do this. But in a sense, I know when I'll be ready to do that,
Exactly.
I can handle what I'm doing with what time I put into it right now, and it's succeeding with what I'm doing right now, to the point where when I really blow up, then I understand, like, okay, I need to be here.
Yeah.
But I got so much help and backup, it's like right now I'm comfortable with where I'm at and shit, but I'm uncomfortable in growth always. So it's like I'm comfortable where we're at, but I know that there's so much more to be made, bro. This ain't really it for me. Like, my goal is to get an IP licensing deal. Because that way I can step back, they make my product, I own it, I'm taking all that percentage, and then I can go start something new.
Exactly.
Because
That's how professional.
like people be like, you're going to do Twixxstixx forever? That's how you're going to retire? Like, no, bro.
Nah,
My hands in everything, dude.
I was
I'm
like,
trying
that's
to
just
win.
one level. That was the beginning. I don't know what you're talking about. This was the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a line. Y'all don't understand. I'm gonna have a line of shit. This was just the first one. Then we go come out with other stuff, and then other stuff, and then other stuff. Just be prepared. Yeah. We gotta don't forget. You better not forget this man right here. And I would, you yourself, man, are pretty much, I could say, an inspiration. I hope you know.
I appreciate it.
Because there's not, like I said, being an entrepreneur is one thing, but being a motivator is something totally different. See, you're not looking. That's why I consider you an inspiration and a motivator, because you're not looking. You're not looking for. Give me
Handouts,
something.
yeah.
I'm not looking for handouts. I'm not looking for. Shall I say, artificial love.
Fake love.
The fake love. So, and you're just making your own way.
I appreciate that.
And that means a lot to a lot of people, and with that comes to my next question. What inspires you?
Family. That's the number one thing in the world. I'm only 24. I lost my dad 2 years ago to COVID,
Rest in peace.
Or, I'm sorry, not 2 years. I'm over here speeding shit up. It feels like 2 years ago. Reality is like a year and a couple months.
A year and a couple months.
Yeah. So, like, everything is like, I want to be able to provide. That's my inspiration. I have a girl. I got a dog. That's my little family. You can check me out on my, That's my family, you know, and that's why I got my screensaver. That's my inspiration. Every day I wake up when I'm at work, I'll be like, can't wait to get home to my dog, let her out the kennel, like I'll wait for my girl to get off work to eat dinner and stuff, you know. But I want to do that at a comfortable rate, and I can't do that without money. So that's why I'm an entrepreneur.
Sure.
I need the money, bro.
I don't blame you, but that's beautiful.
So,
Your
yeah.
family is your inspiration, as it should be for a lot of us. But that's beautiful that you know that you have a goal set, and you know that you have people.
Well, not even just family, dude. It's more just like, I guess, like taking care of people. That's what I like to do. That's why I'm so giving, because, like, genuinely that feels good to me. Like, when I be giving people stuff and, like, they appreciate that I actually, like, oh, nobody would give me this, you know, like, and you giving me this, like, okay, like, and they feel good, you know, that makes me feel good, you know. So if I have money, that's why I always tell people, like, bro, once I'm up, like, if I'm making millions and millions, dude, I'm gonna be changing everybody's life. So we're gonna be starting hella people's life off. What you want to do? We're gonna try to make that pursue and get you rolling, you know, like, anybody can do this shit. It's not hard, you know, like, so pretty much just taking care of everybody, really. Say you was my homie, I hope you gonna win too, you know, like, I'm gonna be over there rich, like, hey, I got 20 bands for you, what you trying to invest into, what you think is cool, you know, like, that's what I want to do, you know, really. So family, and if you're my friend, that's considered family, so it's a whole besides just my relatives, you know.
You know, there's something, what you saying that, bro, actually brings me to a guy named Dave Ramsey. He's pretty much kind of like he's a real Christian guy, but he's teaching people how to save money and things of that nature. There was something that you said that actually hit home, and it was, you know, real wealthy people take care of other people.
100%.
You know, real wealthy people take care of other people.
Real wealthy people can't spend all that fucking money, bro.
Yeah.
What am I gonna spend? I bought everything in the world and I still got hella money left. What the fuck? You better start changing other people's lives, and that's when shit, like, that's when the wealth comes into play. Cause I always learned that from a young age. My dad, when he died, I had over 1,000 people at Benicia St. Dominic's Church, and the capacity was 350 people. They closed off the streets because people were just standing in the street and stuff. And what he always told me, because, you know, I didn't grow up rich. You know, I grew up working and going mowing lawns and shit with my dad. Like, we had a ranch and stuff, you know, so I'm always laborer, you know. But he always said, you know, like, I might not be wealthy in cash, but I'm wealthy in friends and relationships. Because this dude knew everybody, and anybody would bend over backwards for my dad, you know. And he's a Vallejo local too, like, native. You can ask the last name around, you can for surely know who he is, you know, or somebody in my family, you know, because they're a big family. So
That's respect. I respect that, bro. And, you know, with other business owners out there, you know, I got a couple that watch. You know, I got, 22 to like 50. I have a couple of these guys that's watching right now. And they're just now getting into the, you know, just trying to start a brand or just trying to start something.
Mm-hmm.
What's a little bit of advice that you give to some of these new business owners out there?
once you think it, put all forth into it. Don't be afraid to put your money behind your word. You know, a lot of people, like, want to start something and then it's kind of like a delay before they start because they're so, what if I fuck up? Or what if I, you know, do this? Or what if I, you know, don't have enough money? You got to start somewhere. I started off with TWIXXX with $600. I've made plenty of $1,000 off of TWIXXX. I'm not going to get into the details, but I made plenty of $1,000 off of me with 300 and my cousins with 300. We just put that shit together and made a first couple, flipped them, and built our way up. You know, it's all about just putting the right foot in front of the left, right, and keep walking, right? If that's what you want to do, you want to put your mind to it, you know, and don't be scared of what other people think, you know? Just do what you think is best for you, you know?
I feel that.
So,
Do what you feel is best for you.
pretty much, bro. I don't do anything to satisfy you. I do it to satisfy myself, you know? I don't go home and be like, oh, yeah, I'm thinking about the podcast. What's he thinking about me? I'm over here worried about what's right in front of me, you know? So, like, do what's best for you, you know? People got their own ways, and people do shit differently. So, don't judge them. Just let them do their Dougie.
Let them do their Dougie. See, dude, why you keep coming up with things that could be on shirts, bro? I feel like this is a plot. I feel like you're using us.
The next thing.
Yeah, I feel like he covered up.
I'm gonna have you guys capture.
I feel like he just got stuff sat in the background ready.
That's just how I talk. That's why, like, when I was reading your questions, I was talking to AB. I was like, because I kind of brainstormed. I asked a couple people different things, like, "What's your aspect on this?" And he was like, "Yeah, that multiplication quote. I said something nifty last time. That might be the reason why they asked you that question this time."
What did he say? What did he say? All right, I got to cut it back to AB.
Oh, he said lazy people get rich by doing a lot of work or some
He
shit.
said lazy people work
The
harder
hardest.
so
Yeah.
that they.
He was like,
They
he
be
said, lazy
lazy.
people work. He said, lazy people work the hardest so they can be lazy.
Yeah.
So that's why when he said that shit, I was like, well, you know what? It's about time that I go ahead and get this.
Well, that's like a
get this
prime
question.
reason. Like when I told you, like I got a lot of entrepreneur friends. Wake up at 12. I asked the person I'd be calling, "Why the fuck ain't you up yet, bro? What the fuck's going on?" Bro, I ain't got no appointments till later today. You know, like.
Yeah, we know how AB rolls.
You know, like, that's it. So that's why I be like, you know, come on, bro.
I love it. We're seeing the other side of the coin here now.
Oh, yeah. I'm the dude on the other side, for sure.
well, speaking of AB, it just cool people in general who, you know, pretty much helped you along the way. Can you give me 3 people who you would feel have been most influential to you?
Yeah, see, this is the one I was thinking on.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't ever tell nobody that tough. I don't. One is for surely my father, because that man just put the work ethic into me. And anything you do, you got to work. You ain't never, you know.
So he said
There was never nothing easy, dude. You know, everything I had to do, I had to earn it. And, you know, like, you know how people get their first cars and stuff and parents co-sign and they get a new car and shit? You know, my dad had me, I sold shoes. So that's where my entrepreneur niche came in. Because, like, I'm a sneakerhead. So, like, in high school, I would have everybody's shoes. I would trade, sell, buy, whatever. And I sold 3 pairs of shoes that bought my first car. And it came out to, like, $5,500. But I sold Galaxy foams, rookie foams, and a Galaxy Kobe's 7s. And, like, you know.
you was on. Oh,
I'm heavy.
you-
I'm heavy.
yeah,
I had
okay.
every color foam posit.
All right,
like, you
all right.
know,
We got you a
right
real
now-
stickerhead. We got a real
Yeah,
one
you
right
know,
now.
I be
Okay.
rocking my SBs. Like,
Ooh,
I'm an
okay.
SB person because I skated and shit. But, like, naturally, like, the Blazers, the SB Blazers, you know.
Shoot, I knew.
I'm-
Damn it! See, next time I should have came prepared. See, I got some ugly shoes on. Should have brought my forces.
See, it's all good, bro.
I should have brought my forces today.
What them?
Yeah, these
Workout shoes?
Yeah, these are workout shoes. I call them them Walmart specials.
Hey, bro. It's whatever get the job done, right? It
Them
don't matter,
Walmart
bro.
specials. And then don't worry, next time I'm gonna come. I got now. I'm not gonna let myself just sully myself right now. I got good shoes now.
Yeah.
I just keep them locked away. But okay, we got Dad as one.
Okay.
I got 2 more.
So my pops, man, I'll give my brother Cameron the second, due to the fact that he put me on a lot of game, you know, like all this weed stuff and, you know, like being an entrepreneur per se, you know, like I always had the niches of doing the stuff, but I didn't know about it or what the was like being one or, you know, understanding of it, you know, until he introduced me to entrepreneurs and like I was in this whole business thing going on. It's really called Amway, which is popular as hell, you know. People like, you know, it's all about building relationships, da da da. Don't mind, like, it sounds so, you know, pyramid schemed and shit, you know, and a lot of people say that, but it does work, you know. It's just not for everybody, and that's respect, you know. But I took so much stuff from that and put it to my own things, and it helped me exponentially, you know. Like, a lot of stuff that they preach is legit. it's just the way of their business of how they want to do it, you know. But that's another thing. I don't follow rules. Like I make my own rules for my own business, you know.
You're not a square, so you don't fit into that.
In the circle.
Yeah, that's just not. Yeah.
So I totally agree with you with that, you know. And it's sometimes, you know, it breaks down, but you know, like for instance, right now I'm just thinking about my next hoodie drops. Like I'm not worried about me losing a job or getting a job right now. I'm just worried about my next hoodie drops with Twixxstixx. And fucking, if I lose my job, hey, I'll be looking for another one. But it ain't gonna be that quick. I usually get a job
Yeah, because that's what,
quick, you know,
that's
like
what we do.
exactly.
We can work. That's the thing. We can work. It's just that we don't want to work. You.
Hey, I agree with you.
It's like I can get the job done. It's just like, man, my motivational. I usually pick this going around. I usually pick motivational quotes because I did a little research on you. Just like how I did a little bit of research on my first guest. I do a little research just to let it be known that when I picked this motivational quote, that's what popped up into my mind. I'm gonna ask you what you feel about it, and then I'm gonna tell you why I picked it.
Okay.
All right. Opportunity doesn't knock. It presents itself when you beat down the door.
That resonates everything. This is everything, because you ain't gonna, you know, scared money don't make money. You know, you ain't gonna get it unless you go out there and get it yourself, and nobody gonna get it for you, you know? So, that's right on money right there. That's a perfect quote.
See, and that's what I picked that because I got that from you. The energy, and then when I was, like I said, when we were talking before, and you had told me what you were doing, in my mind, that's what I felt, because not only are you a hard worker, there's a reason why, you know, and there's nothing that's gonna keep you from accomplishing your goal.
Yeah.
It's like the opportunities aren't given to you until you make them.
Yeah, you gotta make every opportunity.
And I see that with
Take
you.
them.
And take them. Make the opportunities, then take them.
Exactly.
It's like that's what I felt with you. So that's why I said I had to give him that one. I had to give you that. All right. So what's next? Give him about 10 seconds.
Next big thing
Next
is
big
you
thing.
know, seeing Twixxstixx grow on the promotional Instagram social side, and hopefully right now I'm finishing all the trademarking for the clothing side of the company. So all that will be legitimized, and yeah, just a little bit more of the paperwork stuff. Makes stuff work good legally wise, you know. That's all it is.
And let's give them your tags, man, so they can find you.
At Twixxstixx, you know, TWIXXSTIXX on Instagram, and you know that's pretty much the only platform I try to keep it at. And pop up at GRILLSGONEWILD on Springs Road. I have Twixxstixx merch and all goodies there, like these nice Twixxstixx.
And it's still going too, if you notice. Hey, it's still here. We still have a whole bunch of it.
And I know it looks skewed, but you forget I stick it in there, so it's really still half of wood, and we've probably been, what, 20, 25
Sure have.
minutes, you know?
So, well, thank you, my brother.
You too, bro. Thank
for
you,
coming
bro,
on,
for
man.
having me
Thank
on
you
here.
for coming over and motivating us. And everybody, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. And as you know what I love to say, work harder on your dream than your job.
Definitely.
Good night, everybody.
You're so on it. You're so on it.